Oh, hello. Glad you stopped by. Got my little pellet rifle here, 500 feet per second, single shot little pellet rifle, excellent little tool. I'm going to throw it in the back of the car for the wife when she goes up to the farm. And so she doesn't have to get out with a shovel and pound on a rattler if she finds one. That little pellet rifle will kill them deader than a doornail. And she's a better shot than I am. You're here for a story. Okay. Well, I had a cop stop not long back, and he was retiring. And he said that he was kind of disappointed in a way. And he said in all the years, and he'd been a cop almost as long as I've been Mr. Bill, and he said, I just knew you had to be dirty. I just knew you were a criminal, some kind, either selling drugs or maybe you were after the kids. I didn't know, he said. But he said, I just knew that you had to be dirty. So he said, I spent extra time watching you for the first 10 years of his being a cop. He said, I finally gave up. But he said, you made a mistake, Mr. Bill. And I said, what'd I do? And he said, well, you started writing about freedom for the poor people and telling them that they have rights. And he said the federal government, the state government, the city government, and the county government, they don't want the people to know they have any rights. He said they don't want that. They don't want an educated populace. And so you made enemies, and he said they targeted you. He said dozens of ways. They tried to get you to sell drugs. They tried to get you to do all sorts of evil things out there, including rob your boss. They tried to trick you into that. They tried to get you to poach animals. They tried everything that they could do. In fact, they even bent the rules, if not broke the law, trying to get you to break the law. I said, yeah, I know of most of them. And he said they could never get it done. He said, I got to ask you the question. He said, I already signed up. I'm not a cop anymore. He said, I'd just like to know why. He said, when 100 men, if they had that thrown at them, 99 of them would have broke the law. Sometime, somehow, some way. How did you get through the gauntlet of stings? And I said, well, I had a mother that adopted me out of an orphanage. And she taught me hard work, and my father also. But my mother, when I'd get in trouble, she didn't beat on me or hit me. She'd take her finger, and she'd put it in my face, and she'd say, you disappointed me. And I'd have rather taken the beating. I'd have rather taken the beating. And so and she's passed away now, so when I die, I don't want to go up to that woman and have her put her finger in my face and say, you disappointed me. I don't want that. But there's also a secret that you probably don't know about. And that is, I was in state penitentiary. And he said, I know your record up one side and down the other. You don't have a record. He said, you have no criminal record. We don't even have a traffic violation on you in 39 years that you've lived here in McCook. I said, that's true. But I said, when I graduated out of Trenton, the last thing my class did in Trenton, 1971, was to go on a 3-day sneak trip. Gorden, Benson, our class sponsor and teacher, a wonderful man, he took us out to Colorado and let us do anything we wanted, except one thing he wanted us to do for him. And we went to the state penitentiary there out in Canyon City, Colorado, and we went through that prison. Now, a bunch of green, stupid kids were terrified when we went through that thing, I'm here to tell you. It was one of those terrifying things, I can't even begin to explain it. When we first went in, I could feel fear and hate, and something was evil and wrong. I kid you not. Maybe it's from my hunting and trapping days, but I have extra ability to feel that kind of stuff. And with that in mind, they even took and put us in a cell and slammed the electric gates closed. And you talk about fear. They let us out within a minute, but it was just to show us. And they lectured to us and talked to us for most of an hour. And when they got done, and we walked out of that place after seeing dozens and dozens of men that would just cut your throat for a drop of a hat, and men that were living more like animals than human beings. Rest assured, we got on the bus, and it was 20 miles down the road before anybody spoke. And our class president, Bill Heidi, finally said something. And his statement was, anybody want to break the law? The entire bus, we didn't just say no. We said, go. That's how afraid we were. And that has never left me. Never left me or anyone else. And no one in that class of 18 ever broke the law that I know of. Not one. You better believe that was a life-altering event. So between that and my mother's finger, it'd be awful hard to break the law, or to get me to break the law. To get me to break the law. Rate this film. You guys have a good day.